David Lepedo, and I'd like to thank you up front for taking the time to view this brief video. For those of you who aren't familiar with my work, I'm a composer, pianist, and educator. I'm excited to share with you information about my new recording project, and it's my hope that you will take the opportunity to support its creation, and with your help, I'll be able to bring it to fruition. It involves the recording of 16 to 18 previously unrecorded compositions, which will be released as two separate recordings, one early this summer and the other early spring of 24. As has been the case with my other recordings to date, the pieces are all original compositions of mine, with one exception here, Prince of Darkness by the great Wayne Shorter, and it's a timely moment for that since Wayne just passed away a few months ago. The music spans 4 decades of writing and a wide range of styles and genres. My last recording, Gending for a Spirit Rising, which many of you so generously helped fund, was hailed by Downbeat magazine as unlike anything you're likely to hear this year or any year. It was heavily influenced by South Asian music, but most notably Javanese gamelan. This one is closer to home, but no less adventurous. It's centered in the jazz tradition, but with elements of Brazilian, African, Afro-Cuban, and avant-garde classical musics. It features my favorite ensemble setting, a quintet comprised of reeds, trombone, piano, bass, and drums. But it's augmented by voice and multiple percussionists. And this opens up a host of possibilities in terms of sound textures, colors, rhythmic grooves, and musical counterpoint. I call the project Short Stories, as many of the pieces are indeed short stories of a sort. 2 are dedications, one a wistful homage to the great Chick Corea upon his passing, and the other a lively, upbeat celebration of Nelson Mandela, written upon his release from prison over 3 decades ago. The longest, most episodic composition, Through the Veil, is a musical imagining of the Tibetan Buddhist concept of the bardo and the notion of a soul choosing its moment of birth. An especially poignant and complicated notion when one adopts children, as my wife and I did. And the music reflects that complexity. The Glass Ceiling was written in the painful wee hours of November 8th, 2016, lamenting what was to come and what could have been. Looking for Mr. Babar is a Dixieland-inspired tune about a transitional object, a small stuffed pachyderm without whom our young son was inconsolable, and whose many disappearing acts resulted in spontaneous search expeditions at supermarkets, playgrounds, what have you. Stuttersteppin' is a piece with Eastern inflections, but named after a term in American football used to describe how running backs magically elude would-be tacklers. Also included is a rollicking samba called Papagayo, named after a beautiful secluded beach in Lanzarote in the Canary Islands, where I was fortunate enough to spend a few months in my late 20s. What most of these pieces and the others to be included have in common is a narrative, a short story, as it were. And I feel blessed to have been able to narrate them through what has always been one of the most eloquent forms of expression for me, my music. The quintet consists of myself on acoustic and electric piano, and the remarkable musicians I've had the privilege of playing with for many years now. Lucas Pino on tenor and soprano sax, clarinet, and bass clarinet. Ed Neumeister on trombone. Ratso Harris on acoustic and electric bass. And Michael Serene on trap set. We're joined by 2 incredible percussionists, Rogerio Bocato and Keita Ogawa, who play a wide array of instruments and are a tag team in the best sense of the term. They've played numerous sessions together over the years and complement each other and the rest of the band amazingly well. Singer Anson Jones, whom I had the privilege of teaching through most of her teens, is an incredible, versatile young talent who's bound to make her mark on the modern music world, be it in popular music or more abstract forms. She lends her particular gifts on 2 of the tracks. And finally, the great Latin percussionist and colleague of mine, Bobby Sanabria, makes a guest appearance on 1 track. Your help in getting the music out will make a real difference. The project is a very expensive one, involving the recording, mixing, and mastering of the music, performing fees for 8 musicians, CD production costs, and promotion fees. I've committed to funding a good portion of the project. Your support will help get it across the finish line. On this webpage, you'll find an estimated budget for those combined expenses. You'll also find a list of rewards for the various levels of contribution. Hopefully, the music is the main incentive, but you'll find an enticing package of bonuses with each step up in the level of support, beginning with pre-release downloads of the recordings on up to a private solo concert, provided you live within a certain distance of the metropolitan New York or Hudson Valley area. And then the top level, which begets an executive producer credit on the CDs. I do want to make the point, though, that any and all contributions are greatly appreciated. All of them will help make the project a reality. I look forward to sharing the process with you as it unfolds through the GoFundMe website and sharing the music and other extras with you as the recordings are completed. Finally, thank you very much for your time.